Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, or good morning, depending upon when you are accessing this video. And welcome to week 8. I hope everybody is enjoying the weather. I think we have now officially entered into fall weather-wise. And I hope everybody's having a good time in whatever capacity you are able to. We have quite a bit of things to go over, so let's jump into our course shell. I've already created an announcement section. Once this video is done being uploaded, it will then get inserted into this announcement section. You're going to notice that there are 2 items on the announcement section. We have 2D Media Continued and our museum project. I am going to make a separate video for the museum project explanation. So this video is only going to be for the 2D media content due for this week and for the assignments that are going to be due for October 19th. I want to be very clear and transparent with that, that while the museum project explanation is being released to you this week, it is not due for this week. The museum project is not going to be due until Sunday, November 9th at midnight. So I want to be very, very clear about that so that no one's scrambling and panicking that, oh my gosh, I have all of this work to do. I'm giving you ample time to get that museum project done. I just want to give you the explanation for it so that you do have ample time to get that done. Okay, so we are moving into a new week, a new content. We are still going to be looking at 2D media, but we are going to be looking at it in how it was transformed alongside the advances of technology. The first 2D media segment that we went over was drawing, painting, and printmaking. This week, we are going to be focusing on photography, film, and digital arts. So let us jump into our course content. We're going to scroll down. And we are right here in 2D Media Continued Digital Arts. We're going to open up this Google slide presentation. Just like the weeks before in this Google Slides presentation, there are open-ended questions. So please know that these open-ended questions, just like every other week, do not relate to the discussion post or the journal entry. Those 2 items, those 2 assignments have their own instructions, which I'll go over in just a second. So the first part of this Google slide presentation talks about photography and introduces you to photography and gives you the definition of what photography is. It also gives you some context of why photography was such a turning point in not only the art world, but in society in general, especially in Western society. It really started, along with printmaking, it really started giving access to us to other parts of the world where it was harder to get that information from. So printmaking gave us things like magazines and newspapers. Photojournalism and photography gave us the ability to capture a moment in time and giving visuals to these moments in time. This is photography really coined the term, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And really that is very true with photography, photojournalism, and beyond. So again, I have some open-ended questions. This is an activity for you to do independently. You're going to look at each of these photographs and you're going to see if you can place them. These are well-renowned photographs that have stood the test of the decade. Let's go through a few of them. There is a key for you to see if you are right, if you are able to place them. I grabbed these photos from CNN's 100 Photos to Define a Decade. But not those photos, excuse me, are a little bit more recent in history. I also have some examples of photos and photojournalisms that have stood the test of time throughout history, and explanations as to what it is that you are looking at. I asked the question, who cares? And this is why we care. All context and information for you to gather in your exploration of what photography is and film and digital arts. We then transitioned to film and its role and how it evolved from photography. And film was really the catalyst of the idea of the persistence of evolution. So humankind up until this point has always wanted to refine itself, do better, do better, do better. But we really see this as a shining example from when we go to photography to film to internet-based art, graphic art, and beyond, into AI, which is bringing us right up into the 21st century. So that is the content for this week. Oops, I didn't need to do that. After you're done reviewing that for yourself, you're going to go to the discussion board. You are going to scroll down to the 2D Media Continued section, which is right here. This is the discussion for this week. Please choose one of these and talk about it based upon the criteria right here. And then you're going to go to the journal section, the journal entry, and here is your journal entry instructions. All right. Both of these items are due Sunday, October 19th by midnight. So those are the only two things that are due this Sunday at midnight. Please look for that museum introduction video to explain what the museum project is. If you have any questions, please let me know. I've had some people reach out to me, which is great. Please let me know if you have anything comes up.